Hello friends, welcome to data making. In this video, we are going to see how to access the Spark daemons from the data making virtual environment. Okay, so basically what you need to do is once you import your virtual machine image file into your VirtualBox manager, okay, now you should be able to access your Spark daemon. So we'll go through how to do this. Suppose if you have not got my virtual image, you can send us a request from this website or web page, blog website. We can go to the contact us page of datasciencewiki.com and you can send us a request. Immediately, we'll send you the image file. Okay. So before starting to the steps how to access the Spark, so I publish a course on Udemy, which is building a real-time data pipeline using Apache Spark, Hadoop on Docker environment. Okay, so we built a single node Docker, Hadoop and Spark cluster on the Docker engine, and we built this project. You can go through this project. It will be very helpful for your big data career. Okay, so let's get started. So log on to your virtual machine. So start your terminal. Okay, once you start your terminal, so basically, if you want to work on Spark, right? Spark provides different APIs like Spark APIs in terms of different programming language. Like it provides a Scala API to work with Spark engine. If you know Python, it provides a Python API to work with the Scala framework. Spark framework. So it's just nothing but a PySpark. Okay. So or even you can actually work with Java with the Spark API, like even Spark, all things are there. But we are going to like most of the people focus on either PySpark or Spark with the Scala. So I'll tell you both the steps. Okay, how to access it. Say like we saw in Hadoop, right? So we have a master daemons or master process and slave daemons or slave process. Here also we have something called a driver, okay, which is kind of master process, and we have executors, which is a slave process. Apart from there is a intermediate process called standalone cluster manager. If you look at the Hadoop side, you have something called Yarn, which is a cluster manager, right? So it is going to manage your resources on your cluster. Okay, so similarly, a standalone manager. So if you want to use standalone manager, you need to start those processes. In a Spark. So first I will show you how to start PySpark as well as Spark with the Scala with the local mode, and then we'll go to the standard cluster mode. Okay, so you can just say type Spark hyphen shell, which will launch. Basically, it is going to show you errors saying that it is not able to recognize the standalone cluster manager because I've set it in the configuration file to look into the this localhost colon 7077 port, which is generally a default cluster manager port number. So that's why it's saying failed to connect the master process, which is a standalone cluster manager at localhost colon 7077. So okay, let's kill this. Okay, now I'm going to start this by saying I spark hyphen shell space hyphen hyphen master as local. I'm going to run it local mode. So it is going to launch this Spark Scala CLI. You can write a Scala code here and you can create a already data frame and data set, everything. You can just start doing it here. Okay. So just wait for it. Okay, it's ready. You can just type Spark session object, which is a Spark is a Spark session object. So this CLI is ready. You start doing coding here. Apart from this, you can actually develop a Spark application using IDE like IntelliJ. We'll focus in some other video. I have videos for this already in my YouTube channel. You can go and refer. Now, let me close this. Okay, and I'll try to show you PySpark. Okay, similarly, PySpark hyphen hyphen master local. We'll go to local mode. It's going to launch the PySpark CLI. I'm using a Python version of 3.8.3. I'm using an Anaconda distribution of Python in this VM. So you can just type Spark session is there. So let's just print the uh, create some RDD and you print the RDD. So do you create RDD? You can say spark context object, spark context object dot parallelize. Or just create a list. Just, range of 0 to 5. Come on, partition your data set. Okay, so RDD is created. Just check this Python RDD. So if you want to see the data inside this RDD, you can use the collect function which is of type action. So in on RDD you can perform two type of operation. One is a transaction transformations, another is action. When you do transformation, you get new RDD. When you do actions, you get the result or output of that RDD. So what you're going to do is just say print rdd.collect. Collect is one of the action function. So it is going to execute and it is going to generate 0 to 3 list which contains number 0 to 4. Sorry. So this how we can actually local mode. So if you want to do it on cluster manager mode, or you can also specify yarn if you started the yarn process. If you want to do Spark standard manager, you need to start the Spark master and slave processes or daemons. So start master.sh is going to start the master process, which is standalone manager, and then it is start the worker nodes, which is slave nodes in Spark cluster. Start slaves.sh. Oh, these two should be ready. Now we can actually, if you want to see your master web UI, Spark web UI, you can go to the localhost at 8080. You should be able to see the Spark web UI, which is a master web UI. Okay. So, and I'll try to run the PySpark on by connecting this master node, means master process, which is standalone cluster manager. So you should be able to see here PySpark is running on your Spark web UI. So when my system is going down, just bear with me. Okay. Okay, let me refresh this. I'm just refreshing it. Okay, so you see there is uh, a Spark application which is basically when you run your Spark's shell, PySpark shell or PySpark CLI, it is going to launch application on your master because we are using a standard cluster manager. Okay, so you can start writing a code whenever you execute, the code will be executed on your Spark engine via Spark standard cluster manager. So this is how you need to access your the Spark environment in our data making VM. I hope this video is helpful. See you in the next video. Thank you so much, friends.